3-1. On the left, we have Zach Creemer playing Naya Burn. And on the right, we have Adam Johnson playing a very exciting Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Now, this is a red-white Blood Moon deck?
Yeah, it's the Pokemon deck.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
8 and unknown. It looks like Sun and Moon's on the play.
alright. See, this is why I love this modern format. There's so many exciting decks. We saw earlier in the tournament, we saw the
Oh my, he has a...
Lightning.
He realizes what he's up against.
I don't know.
He could have a turn 1 Chalice of the Void for 1. And that would be huge. There it is.
He does it.
Chalice for 1.
Wow.
This will go a
Chalice
long
for 1
way.
against this burn deck is bad news. I would say he just cut off 50% of the deck.
There's a 1-drop he can play, though.
Yep, he found it. Interesting. Anyway, these modern formats always birthing new decks. So this
Did you have to use the word birthing there?
generating,
I'm okay with generating.
discovering.
I'd like to not talk about birthing at the moment, if that's okay with you.
All right. Anyway, just a lot of different new strategies coming to the forefront.
All right, so Blood Moon coming down.
So it's not like the best right here because he is playing a nearly. I mean, all his cards are red. Some of them have other colors in them, but it's real good because it turns off a lot of the 2-mana spells.
Right, so now a lot of the 1-mana spells are gone, a lot of the 2-mana spells are gone.
And we're down to these Rift Bolts giving us the action.
Giving us the business. Yeah, this doesn't look good for Zach.
All right. Adam's drawn a Nahiri, so that's the.
I believe that was a... Oh, yeah, that is a Nihiri, sorry.
So I think Nahiri is probably the win condition that Adam's going to rely on here to win the game.
Still needs another mana, but
Still has to find
absolutely.
a land.
Scoops him up. Don't need to find a win condition.
Yep. And so Zach scooped it up because all his 2-mana spells are require more than red,
Sure.
and all his 1-mana spells are instantly countered by the Chalice.
Correct.
So yeah, he was not winning that game with a good 80% of his deck shut off.
Absolutely not.
Non-land cards, being said there. All his lands still produced red mana, which is a viable thing. So yeah, I think in this matchup, Destructive Revelry is probably a huge one for Zach because it can target both the Chalice and the Blood Moon.
Absolutely. But with Blood Moon out, it's going to be tough for him to cast that Destructive Revelry.
Well, the trick is, here's how you do it. You put the Blood Moon on the stack, right? You tap for red-green, let the Blood Moon resolve, and
Sure.
then before the step changes, cast your Destructive Revelry.
All right.
So it's a little tricky because you have to have the Destructive Revelry in hand.
Sure, but it's tough because the Naya Burn deck is not typically a reactive deck.
Absolutely. Like, you do not want to be sitting there with cards in hand and mana untapped. You do have a lot of instants. Like, if I have red-green open
Sure.
and I pass the turn, Adam does nothing, I can, Atarka's command him, that kind of stuff. But agreed that you want to be the asker of the questions, not the answerer.
Right.
As far as the Sun and Moon deck, I mean, white offers any number of cards that could just completely hose a burn deck.
Sure.
Core Firewalker comes to mind. I don't know if that's a card he's playing, but
I don't know. It feels like a good matchup for him if he can get that turn 1 Chalice for 1. That just...
oh, that was brutal.
goodness. this might end up being a matchup where Adam Johnson has ley lines of sanctity as well.
Oh, sure.
That definitely seems like something that this deck would be interested in playing.
Right. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a metagame call. Uh, this bringing this Sun and Moon deck. It's not one that I would take. If they make some bannings or something, definitely the Sun and Moon deck loses points because
Right.
it's a deck that gains advantage by knowing what's out there.
Exactly. On the draw, the Chalice for 1 is a little bit less good.
All right, they keep bringing us updated standings. Lots of standings information. Um, anything to learn there on the standing sheet?
Let's see. There will be.
Looks like the burn deck keeps and the oh man.
There it is. Yeah, like I was saying, that's just a huge game. Although the turn 1 Goblin guy can definitely go the distance here.
For sure. You could have Path to Exile. He revealed Anger of the Gods off the Goblin Guide flip. So I don't know. You definitely need something. I'm peeking a Chalice of the Void in hand from Johnson. Here goes a fetch. Probably for a basic. I imagine you fetch a basic a lot in this deck.
Yeah.
Is that a Guru land?
That may be a Guru.
It's beautiful.
And here we are. 2 cards down. We're not bluffing here. These are the cards that no longer work in my hand. Boros Charm definitely targets. Atarka's Command does not.
Right. All right. So he's not dead in the water here with the burn deck. He's set up for destructive revelry here, just like I talked about in the sideboarding section.
Absolutely.
I'd love to see him have one. Man,
Celestial Purge.
here comes a Blessed Alliance. And I think his choice here is going to have target opponent sacrifice an attacking creature.
Still 15 is in good shape, but he only has the 1 land. This is not where he wants to be.
Well, so the only creature I can think of to resolve for Zach is the Eidolon of the Great Revel.
I mean, that would be a big game.
Right. Other than that, and Atarka's Command.
You paid for the Blessed Alliance? Oh, that was, yeah, on my turn.
We've got some discrepancy
As to whether or
regarding
not that land
untapped
is
planes.
untapped. So this Destructive Revelry is the card that can open this game back up for Zach. You destroy the ley line, and then it turns on all the... Oh, he's chosen the Chalice. So he chooses... So
2 damage to the permanent's control. So it doesn't target.
so the Chalice was preventing the creatures from being cast. The ley line was preventing the spells from being cast.
We may see multiple creatures here.
And so if he opens up with like Swift Spear,
How about Goblin Guide?
Goblin Guide, or this is real good.
Also not a land.
Right. All right. So Johnson has Celestial Purge here.
Another Goblin Guide for Zach Creemer.
There it is. successfully found a land. We're gonna Celestial Purge the Goblin Guide.
It is a come into play tap land, I believe. Is that a Needle Spires? That's a Needle Spires. And we still need help. We still need another land to be able to do anything reasonable.
He's got 24 of them in the deck. I just don't. 3 Simian Spirit Guides down, so that there's probably not going to be much help there. And Zach is now stuck on. All mountains.
Doesn't target each opponent.
All right, so it looks like Zach has 3 Destructive Revelries that could have been brought in here.
Right. He did not have one on the operative Blood Moon turn though.
Yeah, that's tough.
So I don't know if he has one basic forest somewhere in his list.
Spoilers, no.
All right.
He's only at 8, so he still has Eidolon as an out.
Still has Eidolon, still has Goblin Guide and Monastery Swift Spear. Johnson's got Lightning Helix though, and that's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, fire it off now.
Skullcrack can targets.
Deals 3 to himself to avoid
Alright.
players getting life.
And then Helix is going to deal 3 to him, so he's going to go to 10 there.
Heads up play, though.
There's a heads up play. Johnson's got this Blessed Alliance that he can just pop off for 4 life whenever he's ready, too. There's... Alright. Here's a Nahiri. Yep. I'll bet
Discard
you
Nahiri.
he's going to find some land now.
Hopefully.
We'll just play it out. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Zach's gonna give everybody the pleasure of seeing these decks
This is a bad matchup for me.
play to its end.
Let's see what the win condition is here.
Yeah. Show me, pass to your turn, show me the Emerald. Yeah.
Alright,
He
we're
says,
gonna see
"Show
an
me the
Emrakul.
Emrakul."
Show me the money.
There it is. Emrakul, GG.
I had a Destructive Revelry in my opener.
Man,
Yep. and
this
then he
Sun
had-
and Moon deck, I didn't think it was going to be this good, but it was impressive.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. He had by turn 2, he had 2 cards that shut down large percentages of Zach's deck.
Absolutely.
Just blanked them.
He had
And,
he was stuck on 1 land for a while, but he drew the full Harambe squad to see him through it.
Right. All of them.
All 4.
And he,
Really showcasing the power of Simian Spirit Guide in both of these games. Extra land in game 2, or extra mana in game 2 when it was required, and in game 1,
Oh, no, it seems good.
that turn 1 Chalice of the Void.
So, you think come January we're gonna see a Simian Spirit Guide ban?
I'm not attesting
It's been on the docket for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I always thought about it this way. If a deck is playing Simian Spirit Guide, you just need to ban a different card in that deck.
Right, but how many iterations of that banning philosophy do you go through before you're like, you know what? Maybe being able to cast this 2-mana spell on turn 1 isn't such a great idea.
Yeah, we'll just get this Ape Spirit out of here.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Harambe, in January.